Hello, my algebra students. This is 2.3. This is your 2.3 video solving two-step equations. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to look at our first example right here. And the equation that they give us is 3x minus 7 is equal to 8. All right, so the first thing you do is start with your original equation, and then we're going to add 7 to both sides. So on the left-hand side, the 7's will equal 0, cancel basically. You're left with just 3x. On the right hand side there, 8 plus 7 is equal to 15. So right now you have 3x is equal to 15. Then you're going to divide both sides by 3. The 3's on the left will equal 1. 1 times x is just equal to x on the left. And 15 divided by 3 would give me 5. All right, so right now we believe our solution is x is equal to 5. So now let's take that 5. We're going to do our check, plug it in for x, or substitute it in for x. So we have 3 times 5 minus 7 is equal to 8. And 3 times 5 gives me 15. So now you have 15 minus 7 is equal to 8. 15 minus 7 is 8. 8 is equal to 8. My solution checks out okay, so therefore I know that my value of x, which is 5, is correct. All right. So let's see what's next here. Okay, what I want you to do is pause the video. I want you to work through 1 through 4, these 4 problems. Once you get an answer or solution, make sure you do your check. Start the video back up and we'll check our answers, okay? All right, so we're going to look at number 1 real quick. So let me work through it real quick. So I have x over 4 minus 3 is equal to 5. I'm going to add 3 to both sides. Okay, the 3's on the left will cancel. I am left with just x over 4 is equal to 5 plus 3 is 8. And then I'm going to multiply both sides by 4. The 4's on the left will cancel, basically equal 1. And I'm left with just x is equal to, and then 8 times 4 is 32, okay? So let me do my check real quick. If I think x is 32, I have x over 4 minus 3 is equal to 5. I have 32 over 4 minus 3 is equal to 5. 32 divided by 4 would give me 8 minus 3 is equal to 5. And 8 minus 3 does equal to 5. And so my check works out. So I know that my solution, x is equal to 32, is correct. All right, so I'm going to have to erase this. So if you need to go back, just go back and pause that and fix whatever you need to fix, okay? So we're going to pick blue. All right, so let's look at number 2. So I have 9y plus 2 is equal to 29. I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides, okay? The 2's on the left will cancel, equals 0. I'm left with just 9y. Bring that down. 9y is equal to, if I go ahead and add those, I would have 27. Then you're going to divide both sides by 9. 9's cancel, they equal 1 on the left-hand side there. 1 times y is a y. And then you have 27 divided by 9, and that gives me 3. So right now I think that's my solution. Let's do our check real quick. So I have 9y plus 2 is equal to 29. So I have 9 times the value of y, which I believe is 3, plus 2 is equal to 29. 9 times 3 is 27, plus the 2 is equal to 29. And then 27 plus 2 is 29, is equal to 29. My check works out, so I know that my solution for y is correct. So let me erase this one. La 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 la. Your secret word is peanut butter. So we're picking red this time. So let's look at number 3. All right. So I'm just going to leave the equation right there. So we are going to add 8 to both sides. All right. So the 8's on the right-hand side will cancel. They equal 0. You're left with just that negative 3z. So I have negative 3z, right, is equal to 10 plus 8 is 18. Then you're going to divide both sides by negative 3. Yes, the negative 3's will cancel. They equal 1. So I'm left with just a z. Bring that down. Z is equal to 18 divided by 3 is 6, and a positive divided by negative is a negative. So I think my answer is negative 6. So let's do our check real quick. Okay, so I have 10 is equal to negative 3z minus 8. So 10 is equal to negative 3 times my negative 6 minus 8. So I have 10 is equal to negative 3 times 6 is 18. Negative times negative is a positive, so that is 18 minus 8. And so 10 is equal to 18 minus 8 is 10. My check works out, so I know my solution is correct for Z. So let me erase this now. And we're going to do one last one, 4. We'll pick black for that one. So we're looking at number 4. So I have negative 17 is equal to m over 3 minus 9. Let me pick a different color, blue again. I'm going to add 9 to both sides of my equation. Add 9. The 9's on the right will cancel. It equals 0. I'm left with just m over 3. So let's bring that down. M divided by 3 is equal to, now I'm looking at negative 17 plus positive 9 would give me negative 8. Then you're going to multiply both sides by 3. Yeah, the 3's will cancel. That equals 1 on the right-hand side. You're left with just m. So m, didn't write. M is equal to, that equals 24, and a positive times a negative is a negative. So I believe my answer is negative 24. So let's do our check real quick. So I have, let's see, I have negative 17 is equal to m divided by 3 minus 9. Let's plug in our value for m. Negative 17 is equal to negative 24 divided by 3 minus 9. Negative 17 is equal to 24 divided by 3 is 8. And a negative divided by a positive is still a negative, and subtracting 9 from that. So negative 17 is equal to negative 17. My solution works out, so therefore I know the value of m is correct. All right. So let's see what's next. All right, so we're still solving two-step equations, but now we may have to combine some like terms here. So if we look at our equation right here, 11x minus 9x is equal to 14. I see that 11x and 9x, if you remember, there are two requirements in order to add like terms. The variable must be the same letter, basically, must be the same variable, and that variable must have the same exponent. Therefore, you can add or subtract all day long those coefficients that goes with those variables. So if I look at 11x minus 9x, that'll give me 2x left over. The 14 just carries. Then you divide both sides by 2, and the 2's on the left will cancel. That equals 1. 1 times x is just an x, and 14 divided by 2 is 7. So the answer is x is equal to 7. So now let's do our check real quick, and I'll just kind of write over here. Let's do our check. So I have 11x minus 9x is equal to 14. Okay. And I don't know if you remember me telling you that before that it's always good to try to keep your variables as long as possible and then substitute at the last moment. You're less likely to make a mistake as you carry variables through versus trying to carry numbers through. So I'm going to go ahead and do this operation on the left here. This I know is 2x is equal to 14, and now I'm going to substitute. So go to 14. And then 2 times 7 is 14. 14 is equal to 14. Solution works, therefore I know that my answer is correct for x. So now what I want you to do is pause the video. You have 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm actually going to transfer those to a new screen so we have a little bit more room. But pause the video, work through those. Once you're finished with that, start the video back up, and we'll check our answers together, okay? Okay, welcome back. So let's, what I'm going to do is give you the value of x. I need a color. X is equal to, W is equal to, Y is equal to, P is equal to, and then I'll do the check real quick and we'll just double check that. So I know for number 5 that X is equal to 2. And then if I look at 6, Y is equal to negative 6. And then if I look at 7, W is equal to negative 7. And then 8, P is equal to 4. So we're going to do our checks real quick. So if I look at number 5, I see that I have 14x here, and then 14x, plug in the 2, is equal to 28. 14 times 2 is 28. 28 is equal to 28, so I know that that is correct. So if we look at 6 over here, I have negative 2y is equal to 12, and negative 2 times a negative 6 is equal to 12. I know 2 times 6 is 12. Negative times a negative is a positive. Therefore, the check works. I know that my value of y is correct. Now, if we look at number 7 here, you're going to have negative 21 is equal to 3w. Divide both sides by 3. So now let's substitute. We have negative 21 is equal to 3 times a negative 7. 7 times 3 is 21. Positive times a negative is a negative. So I have negative 21 is equal to negative 21. My check works, so therefore I know the value of W is correct. So let's look at our last one here. I have 36 is equal to 9p. Then substitute the 4 in. 36 is equal to 9 times 4. 36 on the left-hand side equals 36 on the right-hand side. My check works, therefore I know the value of my p is correct. Okay? So I'm just trying to speed up a little bit just because of the time of this video. All right, so let's look at this. We're finding an input of a function. So it says the output of a function is 7 more than twice the input. So the output of a function is 7 more than twice the input. So if I know that y is equal to mx plus b, I know that y is my output, right? That's my range, and x is my input. That's my domain. So it says my input, it says the output of a function, y, is equal to 7 more than twice the input. So that would be 2x plus 7. Okay, so we have y is equal to 2x plus 7. The output is 7 more than twice the input. So now, if we say find the input when the output is 13, so I know it's 13, it's equal to 2x plus 7, subtract 7 from both sides, right hand side cancels, you're left with 2x, 13 take away 7 would give me 6, divide both sides by 2, the 2's on the right cancel, x is equal to 3, and if I do my check, a check should work. I have y is equal to, this is my check here, sorry. So y is equal to 2x plus 7. Let's plug in our value of x, which is 3. Y is equal to 2 times 3 plus 7. We know that y was 13, right? So 13 is equal to 6 plus 7. And 6 plus 7 is 13, and that equals 13. My check works, therefore I know the value of that x works. All right. So what I want you to do for 9, 10, 11, and 12, stop the video, or pause the video, I should say. Work through those. Once you get an answer for that, start the video back up, and we'll check our answers together, okay? Okay, welcome back. So let's check this real quick. So number 9, it says the output of the function, that's y, that's equals 8 less than, I know that's minus 8, subtracted from, 8 is subtracted from, negative 3 times the input, and that would be the negative 3 times the input. Your answer for that is x is equal to 5. If we look at number 10, the output of the function, that's y, is the equals, 12 more than, so that's plus 12, 5 times the input, that would give me 5x, and we find out that x is equal to negative 4. In number 11, it says the output of the function, that is y, is equals 7 more than, that's the plus 7, negative 2 times the input, that's negative 2x. We find out that x is equal to negative 11. And the very last one, number 12, the output of the function, y, is equals 4 less than, that's minus 4. 9 times the input, that's 9x. 9 times x, we find out that x is equal to 8. Okay? So that ends 2.3. Have an awesome day. We'll see you tomorrow.